Hey, this is Supporter. That's right, we're back once more. You're watching Hard Pixel TV. I'm Shahnoor, and you know what? I'm really happy today because South Africa just did something amazing. You're gonna be watching this video, let's say 2 or 3 days later, but I still want to talk about this innings. 8 to Villiers. What a man! What a player! Best player in the world probably right now. Best batsman in the world, and you know, in all 3 formats he performs. The century that he scored off 31 deliveries today, I want to talk about that. One short of 150 in the innings that he played today, and you know, posting a total of 439, one more than the 438 game. Same venue, Wanderers, and this time it was against a very inexperienced West Indies, I'd have to say, because they're being led by this 23-year-old Jason Holder. But you can't take anything away from the entire innings that South Africa played. The first 3 batsmen getting centuries: Riley Rossouw, Hashim Amla and AB de Villiers. That's never happened in the history of one-day international cricket. Fastest century, fastest half century, both belong to AB de Villiers. One more 6 and he would have had the highest total for South Africa and most number of 6s in an innings. So I want to talk about this year's World Cup and South Africa's chances, because you know, I'm a pure Protea. I'm a huge fan of the South Africa since the '99 World Cup, and the thing that I've been most attracted to is the type of cricket that they play, the brand of cricket that they represent. You know, hard-working, fighting, spirited, gutsy efforts are often seen by the Test side, and hopefully more and more magic will happen in the ODI team as well, especially after this morale-boosting performance. The batting, it looks pretty solid. Hashim Amla, AB de Villiers, like I said, the 2 leading batsmen for the team, Gallis and Smith, are not in, so there's a lack of experience there. But Faf du Plessis, JP Duminy, they round up the batting order pretty nicely. Contenders from the outside, right? Quinton de Kock, the young wicketkeeper, he's injured. He'll be back just after a few games in the World Cup. Riley Rossouw, this century will go a long way into establishing himself as an opener and as a player. I'm not a huge fan of his batting style or his technique. He's got the crabby, kind of Graham Smith-like technique, but he's got more shots than Smith, and hopefully you know, he can use that to his advantage in conditions down under, where he did play very well in a T20 match against Australia. As far as the bowling unit is concerned, I am a little worried because apart from Steyn and probably Morkel, I don't see that many options for South Africa. You know, you have Steyn, Morkel and Philander, the Test unit, and when it comes down to the one-day unit, I don't see the bowlers wanting to keep the runs down, and we really need that. We need a bowler that can keep it tight, 3 and over, 4 and over, and also chip in with the odd wicket or 2. If we can get a guy like Shaun Pollock, and boy do we need a Shaun Pollock in our side, then it would really help. As far as the spin department goes, South Africa has never had such a good spinning outfit, and it starts with the likes of Imran Tahir. He sucks in Test matches, but in ODIs he's got an average of just over 20. He's got a good strike rate. He's a wicket-taking spinning option, and those flippers really do the trick for him. But again, I really have to wonder what the death bowling is going to be for South Africa. Wicket-taking bowlers are there, but death bowling is an issue. Death batting is also an issue for South Africa. We've had big hitters like Klusener and even Albie Morkel, Justin Kemp in the past. This time we've got David Miller filling in, and I'd say he's a bit of a weakness because, you know, there's this saying that if it's in the arc, it's out of the park for Miller, but he does that mostly in T20s for, let's say, Kings 11 Punjab. I haven't seen him perform that well for South Africa. The numbers don't speak for themselves. So if he can perform well down under, then it'll be good news. Now, talking about why I do love the team and how it all started. It all started when I was watching the '99 World Cup in England, and this match against Australia. A lot of you know about it, where they needed 1 run, and they drew the match. You know, it was a stupid run out between Klusener and Donald, and if I think back to it, I wasn't sure why I was supporting the team. Maybe because my sister was supporting the team and I was kind of like just doing what my older sister would do, like following her, you know, because she was sort of my guardian back then. So Yeah, that was the first match, and I think back to it, and it still gives me the chills, because that's what made me love cricket. It made me understand that a team can be as vulnerable as a human being. It made me realize that whatever happens in sports can just reflect whatever happens to you as a person. Like, the team can reflect that, and I think I've lived vicariously through South Africa's performances. If they've had a good performance, I'd be upbeat, I'd be happy. If they've had a bad performance, it would affect me in the similar manner. And it's just grown, like the team has grown as I have grown, or vice versa, because like I've understood more and more about the technique of batsmen, and we've had like technically astute batsmen like Callis through the years, and now you've got the Villiers, who's just an absolute genius. So I think cricket, my understanding of it has also grown with how South Africa has grown, and like I'm so proud that I represent, or I can proudly represent, or I can proudly support a team that plays cricket in the right manner. They're a strong team in all formats, and haven't won silverware yet. And I think that's one area where I get made fun of, like by my colleagues, friends, family. A lot of people have said, you support chokers, you're a choker yourself probably. And I'll admit, like, yeah, they have choked in the past, and maybe I'm a choker as a person, but that's my support for the team. Like, that's all I can say. I hope that we do well. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to win this World Cup. I don't see them winning down under. But let's see if things work out. If De Villiers can produce magic in the knockout matches, that's the one area where I really don't think South Africa are going to do well. They haven't won a knockout match in the World Cup since '99. So that is going to be one key aspect. And when the knockout matches happen, we'll always be giving you the updates. But today is a day to be happy as a South African fan, 438 match, it brought back memories of that match, where they chased and, they batted so nicely. And this was one of the near perfect batting performances from South Africa. If they can bat like this in most of the matches in the World Cup and leading up to the series, then good news.